best overall pick of the draft, right? So they might not be willing to clog up their mid lane by picking a safe laner here. So they might just try and pick the whatever off lane they think is the best, and then they've still got their mid pick. And then, you know, maybe Ember's getting thrown to the wolves a little bit by getting put bottom against the Nyx LC, but he's not the win condition this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I wonder if that means he'll just be looking to maximize his mobility, maximize his survivability, and just act as the distraction for what their actual core is going to be and how he's going to itemize for that.
Yeah, so they just take the offlaner because I really don't think they're willing to force the Ember to go mid here. Maybe they just don't have any hero that they're like, oh, there's another hero that we can pick that we can still kind of hold up as like, oh, it could be mid, could be safe lane, or like could be mid, could be a side lane.
Yeah, and they did have the last pick, sorry, the priority overall, and they chose second pick, so they wanted to go into this having the last pick in the draft overall. So I think that's what they would be saving their mid laner for.
Yeah. I think this is an alright morph pick, right? There's not a ton of hard lockdown from Vici. If you can morph into the Ember, that's pretty nice. What else?
It's okay.
Just seems like a popular core at the moment, I guess.
PSG.LGD.
Getting rid of the OD. So
interesting.
Does that suggest something like a troll that allows them to actually take advantage of this objective taking?
Yeah, maybe. Or
Troll kind of gets bodied a little bit though by the keeper.
Yeah, I don't know if this is so much a troll game anymore, especially with the Morphling. Like I think Morphling actually has a pretty good matchup there. So LGD, what do you ban? What are you worried about? What can Vici take that is like kind of a Morphling counter, but still makes their draft work? I think they need to overall play pretty fast. I think that's maybe one way to punish LGD, and that's part of why they go for the Beastmaster here. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe just
Prophet?
Some Ursa or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I like the idea of a Prophet. It is one of the fastest heroes pushing wise for sure.
I don't mind the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, 100%. It's good.
At least you just got so much presence throughout the map. You know, Phoenix can dive in from a long range, Clockwork can hook in, Ember Spirit, he's got his remnants, and of course Beastmaster, he's going to be the staple that you're just following up on.
Yeah. Okay, so LGD just banned TA. I guess they just picked some mid. Alright. Quap, sure. There's not too many counter picks to the Quap. Are Vici now just gonna do what we saw the other day earlier today with the Lycan pick and just be like, alright, screw it, we're just gonna play fast? It would be way better if they could. Well, see, now the problem is that the Ember is still kind of a liability, right? Either he has to play against the Legion or he has to play against the Quap. Neither one of which is great. And Vici just gonna go for the Riki. So it is a run at you hero. Pretty good against the Queen of Pain and the Morphling, actually. So it seems like a nice pick, but I worry about the staying power of their lineup. Who you got, Danog?
I'm feeling LGD this time around.
Chalice's cosmetics are dumb. Why does he only have this stupid hat?
That's probably why he has it.
Well, it looks... everyone else is like so tricked out, and it's just regular Morphling with a dumb hat.
remaining.
He's like a water temple god, basically, right?
I guess.
5 seconds.
There are other pieces to that set.
He's floating water. Like, what do you expect?
I expect people to cover his heinous base model with more cosmetics. That's what I expect.
He looks like a soft serve cone a little bit from the waist down.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
You got some good combos available here with X-Nova in the chakra. It basically resets all of Somnus's cooldowns.
Yeah, it's definitely really good. No,
Chalice, if he morphs into the Ember Spirit as well, instantly, that's all back.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Vici's lanes and like what this clockwork exactly is going to do. I think that's also part of maybe why the Morphling comes out. Like, it's a decent carry, and the Vici supports just don't really have stuns to catch him. So,
and it's a 4 melee lineup as well, you have to consider. And that's going up against a Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave, Overwhelming Odds, Will-O-Wisp, Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I have seen this Ricky pick do quite well and like take over games, but I'm not sure if this particular game is going to be that kind of game. So I think I'm with you. I think I'm going for LGD.
I mean, I'm going to be happy regardless if we see the same quality that we did last time. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll just we'll have to see how it all works out. What do you think? What's the item build for the Morphling this game?
Well,
is this,
there's no headdresses this time around, so something a little different from both teams.
Okay. So instead, just a bunch of regen on DY. So Yang is actually in the safe lane currently. Are Vici actually going aggressive? So I guess they're going aggro to shut down the Morphling. I kind of like this. I think this is a good adjustment for them to make their lanes a little bit better. LGD don't really have a good tri-lane, right? It's Nyx, Caudle, Morphling. They do not want to play tri-lane versus tri-lane, I don't think, against Clockwork, Phoenix, Ricky.
Yeah, and it's always that situation kind of whoever TPs first loses, because then the second team can just react to that and actually make the lanes how they want. It's not like they've got a Nature's Prophet or someone else that can just use a secondary ability.
That's why you've got these wards and stuff as well, right? Just trying to scout. Everyone's trying to scout what the lanes are going to be, get the matchups that they want. So let's see, Keeper of the Light coming down here, and yeah, I'm really on board with this Vici aggro tri-lane. I think this is going to help them out quite a bit.
And you can see that's what they're keen for as well. Ricky opting for the Orb of Venom instead of the Quelling Blade, so he wants to be taking these little skirmishes early on.
Yep, and they're just punching onto X-Nova. Not a whole lot that he can do. It does take one little pot shot back. They're trying to block it. I think they're LGD realizing what's going on here. They know that they need to keep this lane back. But Eurus has been blocking like a madman, actually. And does get it into still a pretty decent position. PYW coming around. DY sniping couriers, so no sentry for this lane for X-Nova. Mid lane, FY has just been running at Ori for a second while he's making his way down bottom. Or maybe not even making his way down bottom. Is he actually just sniping courier? Is this actually going to work? Nyx Assassin courier snipe. I'll give you his vision. Comes out. Hello. One touch. Two touch. Courier dead. Alright. FY winning the mid lane.
30 gold. Massive.
Yeah. Oh god. Wait, why is wait. Why's the banner still here? What? Hello? Huh?
Do you mean why are bounty runes affected by the change?
No, why is there still a bounty rune here? Hello?
Oh.
At a minute and 20 seconds?
Why? Uncharacteristic miss there.
Yep. Well, a little bit difficult. Still getting chased down. Battery assault, decent duration, and he is dead. Well, he had a great start. He got the courier snipe, he got a free bounty rune, and then Vici put him in the ground. So, there you go.
And giving it through this clockwork as well, so he's already got the boots of speed, very, very speedy. What's he gonna have delivered out to him? Oh, he might even snipe this courier with the Wraith Band.
Oh man, this bottom lane's not going well. So FY is trying to apply pressure elsewhere to get the tri lane to break up, because I don't think he can actually like, I don't think he can actually come bottom and do anything about the tri lane. So instead he's just trying to pressure elsewhere on the map. Despite the tri lane, Chalice still CSing pretty nicely down here, and in fact across the board, LGD doing better on the CS. Ori looking dead on mid, does manage to dodge for a little bit with the slight, but the pressure mid is actually going to drag PYW away from bottom lane. So FY is successful in his objective of getting somebody to rotate away from bot. And doesn't really look like it's going to be changing things too much. Top lane, Legion Commander loves a 1v1. Old 11, 17-7 against Yang's 11-4.
Getting a good amount of experience as well, so all of these boars that are continuously summoned, they're easy targets for the overwhelming odds when it comes out.
Battery Assault doing good damage. FY chops one cog. That doesn't actually get him out of it. He's still pretty tanky though. But I have absolutely zero hope for Vici's draft if they lose their lanes. Like, it's
looking rough.
Yeah, they have to win their lanes, and they have to get the Riki and the Ember just running around everywhere, killing people, right? And Ember's guaranteed to have a bad start, so it basically has to be Riki running around everywhere, killing people. Man, these poor couriers are just getting terrorized at bottom.
Reminds me of that, was it TI8 with the Scuttling Scotty with the penguin that the bounty hunter was threatening to kill?
Oh, right, yeah. Took me a second to catch on. I was like, what are you... Yeah. yeah, I remember all that. Man, was that really TI8?
I think so.
Oh, big turnaround. Old 11 chasing Yang. Has an Orb of Venom. Couple more hits. Yang trying to juke. It's not going to happen. Old 11 secures the kill. FY was running up here, but not even needed. And there comes out the tip. Somnus just standing his ground against the clockwork, not blinking away at all. Doesn't care. Little ringer regen on Quap this game,
yeah.
Danog. Interesting.
Yeah, a little bit of base regen. I mean, it seems to be growing in popularity. Is that the next thing to get the nerf? You know, IceFrog did say that he was going to be looking out for these sorts of things and adjusting hero and item changes based on it.
Oh, running in, Spiked Carapace, damage onto FY, but Quap should be able to force them back. Man, this mid lane has actually just become a 2v2. Eurus is getting forced out at bottom. Chalice CSing just fine, really.
Getting aggressive here on PYW, trying to snipe out this bounty room, prevent the Queen of Pain from grabbing it.
X-Nova getting dived on. He wanted that bounty. He did get it, but he's going to pay for it with his life. Chalice manning up. Does have the waveform, I think, hoping to get the kill onto DY, but doesn't have the mana for the adaptive strike as well. So we'll just have to walk this one off. What ended up happening top? Did you see?
Not too much.
Okay. Alright, this time around, this bounty rune secured. Good stuff.
Got it.
Yeah.
Secured.
Oh. Bottle refill. Alright. Gonna keep this pressure on. Somnus able to just continue dumpstering the Ember Spirit. Chalice getting chased down a little bit at bottom. They've seen the Keeper of the Light mid, so no one really here to help out, but top lane continues to be a breeze for Old 11. He is taking quite a lot of damage off these boars, though, now. Needs to be a little bit careful. FY's running in. Okay, stuns the boars, does not stun Yang. Old 11 just relying on the moment of courage procs to heal him up here. As FY pops the Spiked Carapace to no avail. Oh man.
All the way back into the tower though, so it's again some free farm for this LC.
Yeah. And Somnus now has an Arcane Rune at mid. 2 nulls and some Gloves of Haste. Plenty of right-click damage if the Ember ever tries to approach. He's got the Sonic Wave that he would probably like to use before too long. Could try and make a counter rotation somewhere else. Chalice is getting plinked since he's not getting too much help. Has X-Nova been stacking at all over here? Yeah, there is actually a stack on this camp. Triple.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, a triple.
I mean, Somnus doesn't even need that stack, right? He's got 1,200 over this Ember Spirit at 7 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. Only bright spot is Ricky. Eurus still getting some pretty good levels since the full tri-lane got broken up pretty quickly. Ori is just in the jungle. But yeah, I'm worried about the pacing for Vici so far. It does seem to me like LGD core is all doing just fine, and this Queen of Pain plus Legion should be more than enough to fight off the Vici lineup for the early stages of the game. And it's not like Morphling can't participate at all, right? Chalice can still turn up, he can throw out some spells, he can get a morph into the Ember or something and throw out a chains. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he can also have an impact.
And that's the rough decision as well for Vici. Who do you exactly go on? Because the Primal Raw's a lot to commit, and if you're not hitting the Legion Commander, who's already very, very tanky, sitting right up at the top of the net worth charts, he could easily purge it off with the press the attack.
Yeah, and PYW is up here now. Both melee supports rotating around a lot in the early game, but I would definitely prefer to have the Nyx Assassin overall heading into any kind of like mid to late game scenario. If they're not getting kills, like I think Clockwork can be amazing, right? If he's gets off to a super fast start and like your support Clockwork is even threatening cores, but that's not the game that we're in here. Legion Commander's doing just fine, and both of the other cores have easy escapes against the Clockwork, so he's mostly just here to try and terrorize the supports and maybe protect the egg a little bit. Eurus is rotated top.
Action going up onto Old 11 here.
Yeah, a little bit of damage under the Clockwork. Old 11 thinking about the duel. In comes the jump. Can they get this win? Roar coming through. They're protecting PYW, but Somnus has come in for the turnaround. He's got the Sonic Wave, and he lays it out. Eurus also trying to escape. FY chasing him. Stun coming through. Can they get the Scream in range? FY actually had it right, but Somnus a little bit off the mark, and now Ori with the jump forward into the chains. They're doing the damage, and they will get the turnaround. After all is said and done, it's a 2 for 2, but definitely way bigger kills on the side of Vici Gaming.
Yeah, Value taking out those top two. Ricky present for... Was he there for both of them, or just the follow-up kill onto the Queen of Pain?
No, he was there for both. He jumped in as soon as the duel happened. So...
True. Didn't have the smoke screen though.
No. I mean, but this is just the normal build, right? Well, smoke got immediately broken. Ori gonna run into both of the supports. X Nova in big danger. Decent stun from FY, but that's just one more kill for Vici. Okay, so now the Ricky is moving, and this is where things maybe get a little bit more tricky for LGD.
Not tricky for Ricky?
No, not tricky for Ricky. He's doing just fine. Oh, 11. Alright, he wanted the outpost. He's not going to get it. Both teams do get some experience, but DY immediately snipes away this bottom outpost. Bounty runes, once again, late to be collected, but that's just because Ori wants them at bottom. Chalice getting gone on. Morphin a lot of strength. There is a Roar available in a second for Yang, and along with his Necrobook, I don't know if FY is going to be able to save Chalice. Does get the stun onto DY, but that's about it. Somnus arrives with a haste rune. DY just going to go for the TP out. Fortunately, they had the arcane rune at top, so Sonic Wave is back off cooldown. Yang going to keep on fighting. Ori moving into position. It's only 1 point in the chain. Somnus just getting the bottle sips going, looking to continue the fight. They do also have the TP coming in from the Ricky, though. And here comes the damage. Somnus with the last little bit of haste will be able to evade. Eurus instead turns his attention over towards FY. He's got the Spiked Carapace off cooldown, going to look for the stun first. Gets it onto everything. Now the Spiked Carapace is going to protect him. He could also pop this Tome. I don't think it's going to be enough mana to get the Vendetta off as Chalice arrives to break up this party.
Ooh, Necrobook just surviving a little bit. It's a healthy little bounty that you get now from killing it, but... just get the denial.
I think he thought the adaptive strike was on the Necro. Oh, Ricky jumps past onto X Nova, but he's already taken that damage, and Chalice has got him. It was sitting right on top of this sentry the entire time. So, well, that really hurts losing your Ricky like that. He cannot afford to be slowed down this game. Oh, Old 11 battling his way out at top, just staying inside of the creep wave to avoid the battery assault damage, and now trying to juke it out as X Nova arrives with the pushback. PYW instead just going to latch onto him. FY coming in to try and save his buddy, but X Nova is trapped deep inside the cogs. Old 11 thinking about the duel, doesn't even need it. Now they get the duel over onto Ori. Somnus also turns up. Can they get the duel win? They can't, but they can still get the kill. Very nice for Somnus picking up that, ending the streak. That's going to be his 4th staff completed. So even once the smoke screen comes online, there's going to be an answer already on the side of LGD.
And that's the thing with Eurus. He's gone for this heavy style of ganking build, but his skill progression doesn't really match up with it. In that previous team fight, they could have picked off the Queen of Pain if he had even the 1 point in the smoke screen, but not able to stop him, and as a result, he only got the 1 kill from all of his roaming, and means he's falling a little bit behind. 3 levels behind, even the offlaner now with Old 11.
I don't know if they would have gotten the Quap with a point in smoke screen, right? Because he had a haste.
Oh, mid lane.
Oh, going in. FY trying to get out of these cogs, but he can't break those cogs. And Old 11 now running in. A little bit of a battle for these sentry wards. Radiant will be able to keep theirs alive. Or just going for a drum. I have to say that he's actually done a really good job after the way that his lane went to now just go and rotate around everywhere and set up a bunch of kills. Though Vici still definitely losing the game currently, and I still don't know quite how they bring it back. DY is going to go and soak his 6 up top. I guess they do have Necro 2 on the Beastmaster, so they can kind of rally behind Yang. FY comes in here, feeling confident since they have a sentry, gets the stun up onto the Beast, and Chalice swoops in to secure the kill. Very nice for him. Maybe not done just yet. Old 11 gets the blink duel. PYW is pretty tanky, so I don't think they're quite going to get the duel victory, but nice knockback into a stun, good coordination, and they spoon feed yet another kill to their carry. Chalice thanks them for that, and then goes on his merry way. Gonna keep on farming.
Very well for them. Ori here, he's gone, as you said, for this Drums of Haste build, at least in his quick buy. It's going to be very hard for them, though, because all these rotations, it doesn't seem like they're getting much done. Hopefully he'll have it up online at the same time that the Diffusal Blade is available on Eurus, but it just seems like they're putting a lot of eggs into the one basket, and it's going to make them make some tough decisions. Are they going to just back up this Beastmaster, or are they going to leave him into another lane to try and take some objective control throughout the map?
Okay, they've got the ultis on both of the supports, so it seems like that's what Vici are rotating around right now, bringing the Beastmaster in tow as well with the Roar. PSG.LGD, they want this tier 1 tower at mid, but is that going to be their undoing? PYW jumps forward, they throw out the Phoenix Sun, they are actually getting a jump on the other side. Old 11 locked down by the Roar, they bring down the Nyx Assassin. Can they also get this Legion Commander? Old 11 getting up onto the high ground, but he is under the vision of the Hawk. They're going to keep on canceling his blink, trying to get forward. X-Nova trying with the Blinding Light to keep Old 11 alive, gives him the mana for the heal, but here comes the chains, and that is going to be the end of him. Nice 2 pickoffs for Vici Gaming. Definitely what they needed, and holding on to their tier 1 tower just that little bit longer.
They're in the region now, and they've already taken out this tier 1 on the butt side of the lane, and we see Yang start to put some pressure on the tier 2. He's taken the Ancient Stack already, making sure to take full advantage of that dire side, and getting some of those tier 2 items.
Never refuse.
Yeah, pretty nice. Morphling's still just farming. Chalice going for the Lincoln Sphere this game. It's a slow build, but they've still got a lot of time, right? Tier 1 mid, still fully healthy. Tier 1 top, pretty healthy. Blind gets used, but PYW doesn't necessarily know who else is around here, so not going to try for the kill on the Coddle. Oh, they've actually found out Beastmaster on the other side. This is looking like it should be a dual win. Spiked Carapace even catching the Phoenix. But it looks like they did not want to try and go any further onto DY.
Man, it's really deceptive. It feels like they've got, what, 3 successful duels off, but that was actually the first one.
Oh yeah, there you go. 10 duel damage for Old 11. I guess it's deceptive because it seems like he's had such a good game and he's gotten so many duels, but... Well, he actually, he must have gotten an earlier one, right? Because he's on, or he only just leveled up to 12, I suppose.
Yeah.
Ooh, do they have, still no diffuse just yet. They've got the drum on the Ember, but it's just a bunch of, this is chump change. They need the real items. And not really getting them just yet. And fighting on their side of the map, not really where they want to be necessarily. Morphling is just soaking up all the space. Old 11 also taking out Ancients over on the Radiant side. He's just going for a Blade Mail. And Vici, what can they find? Oh, well, X-Nova's dead. PYW finds him out, gets the solo kill.
it's a nice build coming out from Old 11 as well, building into that Blade Mail early on. He realizes, look, Vici, if you want to go this brawling style and have a lot of this AoE damage coming from your Ember Spirit, we're happy to dish it right back to you.
Yeah, and he's going to be in the front lines a lot as well. Right? He's the initiator, but he's also the front line for the team. Vici smoked up. Don't
Drums
have
complete.
any Hawk Vision. They really, really want this mid-tier 1 tower. Gonna come in here. Try
They've
for
got
a
this
little bit of a
deep lane
D-ward.
coming out.
Can they get the Queen of Pain? He blinks across. Force Staff immediately just to get out of range. Sonic Wave to push them back. The Phoenix Sun is being popped. Does he have the blink? Not quite. Push back into the roar. But here comes the Will-O-Wisp saving him. Plus the blind. X-Nova saves him completely. And now the waveform forward. Chalice looking for a little bit more. They've got the 2 kill. Should be an easy cleanup. Morphling stuck inside of the smoke screen. Finally gets the morph off. And now Old 11 able to keep on chasing. They lose 3, and what a save from X-Nova.
Everything just enabling him to survive that extra second longer. Somnus as well. He's just popped his double damage to be able to turn that around. Picks up the Haystrud. Again, it just seemed like a little bit of miscommunication coming from Vici Gaming. There were 3 couriers heading towards the mid lane that would have revealed the smoke gank, but unless that Ricky's there, you're not picking off the Queen of Pain before X-Nova has the time to realize that. And the Diffusal Blade was one of those key items on the courier, so getting a little bit key.
But here's the haste.
Haystrud.
Oh, but they get the chains? Oh my word, that was lucky. That was in the middle of the creep wave. And Ori still managed to get the chains on the Quap. Alright, well there you go. You know, you can't evade the Reaper for that long. They will get another duel victory down at bottom, picking off PYW. But with the Queen of Pain dead, Vici once again sets their sights on this tier 1 tower.
And now they're a lot more confident to take it because you don't have that fear of the huge sonic wave through. The top net worths are still focusing on their farm.
FY
for
running
now.
in. Max Spike, Carapace. Good lockdown on this Ember. 2-man stun. Ricky also being locked down. Ember just going to commit to the fight. Throws at the chains. Big dive through from DY. Slowing everybody up. Yang in the back lines with the roar. Chops down. FY. X-Nova getting targeted by Ricky. This Diffusal Blade doing its work. Ori doesn't really have the mana for a combo. Quap's gonna come back in just a second. They need to be careful. Ricky trying to escape. Eurus gets a blink away. Good teamwork from Vici, but the dive forward. Chalice wanting to chase a little bit further, but he dives into the smoke screen. Needing to be careful with his HP here. They force out the Supernova. Vici just using it to cover their retreat, and they will once again be denied this mid-tier 1 tower.
It just shows right there what a big difference it makes fighting with the Quap versus without the Quap. You know, even though they got so low on Vici Gaming's side, they were able to take out 2 or 3 heroes on LGD, and Queen of Pain has to rotate in. Oh.
Interrupting. They're still going to try and channel it. Both of them going for it. The battery assault is here. They throw down the Will-O-Wisp. They do get... Did they actually... No, they both... Okay, they got the outpost. Just in time. They pay for it with Legion Commander's life, but otherwise they would not have gotten any experience.
Mission complete.
That
guys.
was a desperate play.
I suppose they're trying to stop the snowball in any way that they can, but
Yep.
feeding away a Legion Commander kill isn't the way to do it.
Yeah, I still think it's worth though, right? It's what, 350 experience per hero for just the Legion.
Yeah, plus a Will-O-Wisp though.
Yeah, that's true. And if Will-O-Wisp being down now costs them the mid-tier 1 tower, then I would maybe say it's a bit of a problem. But Vici seemingly again cannot force it. FY is actually just wasting a bunch of their time over here. I don't know if Yang even knows that he's... I think Yang's just doing what he's doing. I don't actually think that he knows that FY is in the area, but FY's hunting him.
Well, if he pops that Necro book, he's gonna know.
Yeah, very quickly. They're pinging. FY doesn't have a ton of invis duration left.
know.
DY and Eurus not too far behind. Here comes the Necrobook pop. The roar comes out, but there is a spiked Carapace. Chalice gonna try and help out. FY low. Chalice just gonna morph into the Ricky. Pop himself away. Old 11 still hanging around here. Needs to get out. He is under the cover of the Hawk, and a great hook shot in from PYW. No easy way for Old 11 to escape, and no one really here to help him out. Blade Mail doing good work. PYW getting a lot of the reflected damage, but Eurus happy with the double kill. And over at top, X-Nova getting caught out by Ori. That's 3 kills for Vici across the map. Ori needing a little bit more mana. Just actually turning around with his illusions and fighting back the Queen of Pain. Nicely done by him.
Yeah, some great individual skill there shown by Vici. Quick on the trigger finger, able to turn it around onto the Nyx Assassin. where I really don't think they had too much follow-up, so bit of an odd play coming out from FY.
Yeah, I guess they were just hoping that they could move the Morphling and the LC in there and get some value out of that Vendetta, but... Alright, again, here comes this is the question. Vici Gaming, can you finally finish the mid-tier 1 tower? There's a double damage Morphling here to defend, they've got the Will-O-Wisp back off cooldown, and it seems like maybe they can't. They've got the Orchid on the Quap as well, which is going to be very problematic for this Vici side. Ori is just going for the BKB build-up, and he's gone for the Flame Guard DPS.
Pop's gone for the attack speed as well. FY's been caught out under dust.
Yep, but he gets the stun onto the Clockwork. Now Old 11's looking for the jump in, and this time they will get the dual victory damage. Eurus might look for some kind of a turnaround. The Will-O-Wisp dragging in the Beastmaster. X-Nova knocking him right into the middle there, and that is a double kill for Chalice. They are giving this man all the help that he needs to get to the shotgun and to be able to put them on his back after that.
Maybe happy to push out the top side. He's going into his Shiva's Guard next, so this real brawling style build. The game's really starting to pick up the pace. 35 kills in the first 23 minutes is, well, it's a similar sort of thing to what we saw first time around.
Yeah. But Vici's lineup maybe not with the same level of staying power here, so do need to keep that in mind. The clock is kind of ticking. Ricky's just going for the Battle Fury. This is a very standard build to kind of keep your progression going. But the Beastmaster's always going to fall off. The Ember just hasn't really had much of a game to begin with, and I say that he is the #1 net worth over on this dire side, and FY looking for him up top. If he presses the Flame Guard, he's looking very dead. Spiked Carapace actually not working out, but okay, they still just jump in with the silence, and they are going to get the kill.
Yeah, out of mana, so he couldn't even Remnant back. Oh, yeah. Lane, you've got battery assaults ticking on both.
Yeah, Chalice looking for the solo kill. Old 11, Blade Mail running forward. They don't have enough mana for the Supernova. They will get the Roar onto the Legion Commander, but Old 11 is pretty tanky. It's taking them a while to finish that kill. Chalice gets bounced off of the cogs, will lay down some cogs of his own, and then just retreat out. LGD not really thinking about this fight. Somnus just wants damage on the tier 2 tower at top, and LGD just going to reset to fight another day.
Nice play coming out there from DY, making sure he turned his Sunray so it would interrupt the Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander. Otherwise, I don't think that smoke screen gets off in time and Jin doesn't die.
Yeah, so I'm just getting pressured, but he's got the Force Staff, silences the Ricky. So he's going to be okay. Unfortunate for them, the hookshot was on cooldown. I think maybe there's a... You know, maybe there's a kill there with a like hook cog pushback kind of a thing.
They got the shotgun, but all of Dire is sitting in the way of the shop.
Yeah, all of Dire are buying hoods as fast as they can. They're preparing for what they know is coming on this Morphling. Chalice, #1 on net worth, 7-1-2. Having a pretty good game. The tri-lane pressure really not amounting to too much in the end. And LGD smoked up. What do they see? Nobody on the mid lane, and they know that the Ember was here not long ago. And FY gonna lead them up onto the high ground. He's got his Meteor Hammer ready. They do know that the Ricky is over here, courtesy of their ward, so going for the wraparound and just waiting for heroes to walk in towards them. They're gonna go in for the jump onto the Phoenix, also looking for the Beastmaster. Can they keep the Phoenix alive? No. Hookshot in, but the Will-O-Wisp is breaking up the fight. Beastmaster can't escape. Old 11 trapped inside of the cogs, but he's happy to be there, just beating into PYW. Ori's gonna pop his BKB, but Chalice is godlike, 3 dead already, and Chalice is just gonna keep on fighting. Ori doing everything that he can, but now he gets chained up. Nicely done by the Morphling, locking him down. Beyond godlike is Chalice with the triple kill. They only lose the Legion Commander, and Eurus was the next target, but don't have any detection for him. So that's the end of that team fight, and another convincing win for LGD. They're moving, I mean, they're kind of in the area of the pit, but I don't think they can actually take Roche here. Ooh, Ricky's about to show. Needing to be careful. Okay, he's being stunned. Meteor Hammer, not even needed. Chalice has the damage to finish him off. Well, very nice fight for LGD.
And good target prioritization as well, realizing that DY is the one that can turn these fights around. He has several times in the past. They're going to scout out this Roche attempt, but I don't think they're in a shape to try and contest. Ricky's still on the sidelines for 5 seconds.
Yeah, Radiant Scan revealing the positioning of the Phoenix. Roshan's kind of low, though. PYW pump faking the hook shot, but not going to actually go for it. There is Radiant Vision, but it's not actually on the high ground. And LGD just going for another smoke. They know the angle that they need to go for. They revealed themselves a little bit on the mid wave, but only if Vici are watching. DY could be the target once again. Phoenix manages to get the dive away, so he should get the Supernova off this time around. Ember with the BKB, just getting pummeled with the right clicks. The Sonic Wave almost cleaning him up. He does go down. They get the dual victory damage. It's a 2 for 2, much cleaner this time around as Morphling does get caught by the Supernova stun, but he just doesn't have to worry, really. He's a little bit too tanky. Vici think about turning back around on him with the
Ricky's
Sunray
coming.
as now Ricky arrives. Chall's just going to have to make his escape as X-Nova gets left behind. And Vici, have they done it?
They've booked it straight to Roshan, but LGD, they don't want any piece of that. Still got the Will-O-Wisp available.
Yeah, they buy back. So important that they managed to, well, that they've got this ward, so the smoke breaks, and then DY able to get the dive away. Otherwise, would have been Phoenix just instantly dead again. Not getting any impact in that team fight. But surprisingly good for Vici, given that they didn't have the Ricky until, like, the last moment.
And now he has the Battlefield, so
Yep.
A lot more impact in these team fights. It's a much stronger fighting item than it used to be, especially if you're able to catch multiple peoples inside those clockwork cogs.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see Crit Stick instead of maybe like a Nullifier. They're inside of the pit. Rocket Flare's going to scout. They've also got the Hawk here. DY's heading over. FY just going to interrupt that immediately. Yang's trying to walk in with the spider legs. He doesn't quite get it. The Will-O-Wisp is keeping him out. FY gets the stun onto the Ember Spirit. Do they have the lockdown for him? They do. There's the duel. He didn't get the BKB off, and Chalice locked down. Well, Chalice gets the kill, locking down Ori. Somnus finding a little bit more. PYW also caught out. Gets the hook over into the creep. But unfortunately got hit by the spiked Carapace. Looks like on the way through. And PYW, what can he actually do? Looks like nothing. Beyond Godlike streak getting extended. Chalice in his stupid hat. Having a great game.
I'm in showcase mode right now, looking at Chalice.
Yep. You can't convince me otherwise. It's a stupid hat, but
That's the appeal, you know? Haven't you ever had, like, stupid hat day at work?
No, I haven't. What's your stupidest hat that you can find in your house right now, Matt? And take a picture for me.
I'm honestly not much of a hat person.
Okay. I actually have some pretty stupid hats in my house. It's like a pirate hat, and I got a jester hat. Nyx Assassin getting gone on here, but will be saved by the E-Blade. Nicely played. And Ricky silenced up. There's the dust, there's the stun, there's the kill. One more for Chalice. There's Aurora on the back lines looking for the Nyx Assassin, but he gets constant spiked Carapace. Ori forced into popping the BKB just to get that one kill, and now Legion Commander coming over looking for the jump onto the Phoenix. That Supernova not going to help you out too much. That silence from the Morphling preventing the cog pushback. They won't be able to save the egg. And Morphling, I think Chalice is having a lot of fun at this point. Feeling a bit unstoppable.
They might even keep trying the momentum going. They've got another 30 seconds with no hook shot, they've got no Roar, they've got no Supernova, and they've still got the Aegis.
And they've got no Ricky, so... PSG.LGD quickly through the tier 3 tower and looking like they are going to be taking this one fairly easily. Repair kit, not enough to keep that alive. Queen of Pain with the double damage, raining down the auto attacks. There are still tier 2 standing in both bottom and top, so... And actually a tier 1 in bottom. So they can't really go for anything further, but they're now sitting on a 14k net worth lead, over 20k experience, and win probability smiling on them as well, 93%, 7.
Yeah, it's free real estate for Somnus down on this bottom side. He's going to farm up a couple of these creep waves, rotate through the jungle. Do they even have all of the neutral items? It feels like there's been too much battling going on. They just get the last one. It's actually going the quiver as well.
What do we got? We got Paladin Sword, Quiver, Spider Legs versus Paladin Sword, Spider Legs, Repair Kit, Greater Fairy Fire. So, Very similar setups for both teams. Oh, Eurus actually needs to be careful with this Battle Fury. FY can just carapace him on that. Oh no, he was... Alright, maybe not expecting that he was going to immediately Tricks of the Trade. He's still staying on top of him with the gem though, and just waiting for the rest of the team to get here. Meteor Hammer is the follow-up stun. Come on guys, where are you? Where are you? He's still walking at him. Alright, here comes Old 11. Softened him up. And then they get the dual damage. 126 for the Legion Commander.
Yang doing his best to try making a push into the top side, but
Chalice
that just refreshes the glyph.
Ooh, alright, is that going to be his Aegis? Looks like it will be. One more slight from Ori. He's in pretty deep. His team's coming to help him. He's a true carry player now. He's got the Crybaby on the chat wheel. That's how you know.
He's always had a bit of a personality, which is what I love about Chalice. Alright, here we go. 40 seconds, no Ricky. You can still be feeling very confident here.
Yep. FY is just spamming Spiked Carapace non-stop. Meteor Hammer is going to get blocked by the glyph. Nicely done by Vici, buying themselves a few more seconds. Trying to get their Ricky back into the game. Legion Commander constantly getting fueled up with the Chakra Magic and able to keep on pumping out the heals, keeping everybody healthy in the face of the spam. Vici's poke not really doing a whole lot, and as the Beastmaster walks forward, they've got the Will-O-Wisp covering the duel. Sonic Wave onto 2, they find the Phoenix kill Ori, just trying to escape under cover of his BKB. They're not going to let PYW go. He was hoping for the hook shot out, but he didn't find it. Is still surviving courtesy of the Essence Ring, but this is LGD's base now. Taking out the tier 3 tower. Ricky finally respawning, but Vici have had enough. LGD going to be taking this series 2-0. Danog, where did it all go wrong for you, for Vici in this game?
I think just some of the little bits of execution. They went for this brawling style, didn't work out for them. Then they felt like they had to go into a Battle Fury just to keep Ricky somewhat relevant in the game. But we saw a couple of times FY was just able to trail him around and do a lot of work, get a couple of these pickoffs, and even in that last fight, just the tiniest little things. The Will-O-Wisp catching the Phoenix so he wasn't able to pop that supernova means that inherent pseudo taunt isn't there, and well, you saw what happened. LGD able to clean it up.
Yeah, so with that, they keep their top 2 aspirations alive, I believe. Yeah, because they're currently 6-2.
6-2, and then tomorrow they play Aster, who is sitting at 3-5.
Yeah, and if they win that, then they will overtake IG into the number 2 spot. Aster, unfortunately for them, definitely landing outside of the money, but of course there is a prize available for every individual game, so still some incentive there, and that is actually going to be our very last match of the league.
Yeah, I think LGD they've done they've got third place secured. They're going to get at least third, so it's a nice little thing for them. We remember when we were talking about it, like that's when the big drop off in
Yep.
cash money started to happen. So they'd be pretty happy with that, especially after how they started the TPC season.
Yeah, for sure. And I really think Vici, they played some good Dota this series. Maybe getting a little bit let down by the draft somewhat in this game. I think LGD just had a really good idea about what they wanted to do, and then Vici made this laning adjustment, hoping that they could shut down the Morphling with the aggro lane, but instead that just led to, they had the expected winning lane on mid, they ended up winning top pretty heavily, Old 11 versus Yang, and then this kind of lineup on the back foot, always going to be tough. So that wraps it up for today. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed all of the coverage. Anything final from you, Danog?
Not really. I will try and look for a funny hat for you and send you a picture. The best you're gonna get is like a Santa hat. So
okay, that's still pretty good. I need a Santa hat that fits. I have one, but it's too small.
Yeah.
So
those always tend to be the case.
Yeah. I guess they're not. Maybe they're not really. Well, there must be some out there for big heads, but we'll just have to find them. Someone send us an Amazon link.
Yeah. As long as it can get delivered contact free, then I'm all down.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thanks, Danog, for joining me. He'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. We've got eHome versus Keen. RNG versus Ocean, and Aster versus LGD to wrap up CDA. So hopefully you'll join us for that. Have a great night, and go watch some more Dota.